Hey everyone, this is Joel.
And Noah from the Wealth is Health podcast.
This podcast is a conversation of our journey to financial health.
We think working till 65 just ain't it, and just like you, we're trying to make sure that never happens.
And if you're interested in letting us know what you're trying to do to achieve financial health and want to join us in our journeys, join the discussion on our Facebook at the Wealth is Health podcast.
Let's tap in.
No, it's your turn to start us off.
Oh.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Welcome.
Dang, bro. I was trying to do 100 mil.
I know, my fault. Oh, you said 100 mil and nah. We can't do that, bro. You can't take J. Cole's style like that. We're not as good as rappers as he is. For anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about, J. Cole's album dropped. If you haven't listened to it, you got to peep.
Then you need to unsubscribe, get off my video, get off this channel.
Facts.
I mean,
get off this channel, close it off, open up Spotify or your streaming app,
me
or
on
YouTube.
Instagram, on the personal page too. Yep.
And just go watch that video real quick. All right, welcome back to the Wealth is Health. You know what? I'm actually looking to let you take it.
No, go ahead.
Because you don't introduce us ever. You never introduce it.
I don't introduce
in
myself.
the 2 episodes we had. All right.
You mean 3?
Fine. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Wealth is Health podcast. We're excited to talk to you today about what are we talking today about?
So we talking.
This is how I get you to talk.
You said what?
This is how I get you to talk.
So what we talking about is we gonna be talking about how to track your spending and why it's even important in the first place. But more importantly, we need to talk about 100 mil and I'm still. That's what we really need to talk about. We need to talk about the off season. To be honest. But did you want to start it off with your update?
I thought we were talking about 100 million still. That's crazy. Oh, okay.
You don't want to give him the appetizer?
I'm gonna give him my appetizer, I guess, my update. So my
I like
update.
the way that sounds though.
Like I'm gonna give him my appetizer.
Like
that sounds weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
Oh, you want me to say I'm gonna give him my 2 cents? I'm gonna give him my little piece.
You said that's all you got in your M1 Finance portfolio right now?
I got a little piece in my M1 Finance portfolio. I don't have anything
after all
in my
that
M1
selling?
Finance portfolio.
After all that selling you did?
Yeah. So basically, I sold my entire M1 portfolio.
Yeah. So basically, Joel got scared of the correction and sold his portfolio. He bought high and sold low.
That was scary.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so I lost $3,000 in the stock market yesterday.
Bro.
Okay, so I actually did take out my entire portfolio, but the reason for that is because I'm actually going to pursue another business venture that makes me more. I've told you guys about this, rental arbitrage. I should be making a lot more money doing that. I need that initial starting capital of like $7,000 to $10,000. So I took out $6,400 today. And then in the account, I have $6,800. So I'm going to take that out when I need it to use to help me start propelling my account forward. But as of right now, I'm a broke boy for real. I have $0 in that M1 account. Yeah, $0 in that account.
You just have mad cash right now, knowing that cash is trash.
I know.
Just letting inflation just eat all your purchasing power away,
eat it
bro.
all up. That's so terrible. And I wasn't gonna do it, but I talked to Noah about it, and I think it's gonna.
All right, bro. I don't like that you threw me kind of.
So Noah was really. So it's really all Noah because I listened to him and he told me basically like take your money out right now, and I was like, but inflation, like you told me, and he's like, nah, I don't care about that. Nah, but for real though, I'm gonna be pursuing this rental arbitrage thing. I'm gonna try to get a property for July. Sometime in July. I want to say July 1st, really badly. I want to start doing this while I'm doing orientation. What? Why I'm taking it out?
Did you explain what rental arbitrage was? Because I feel like if you just say like, yo, I'm trying to get a property, I don't know if they know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I think I explained it in week 3's video that's not even out yet. But rental arbitrage, for anyone that who didn't listen to the last one, it's basically I'm going to take someone's property, I'm going to rent it out, and I'm going to use that property and put it on different booking websites like Airbnb, Vrbo, bookings.com, stuff like that. I'm not going to put it on anything other than Airbnb for my first property. But after I start to expand and I get really good at Airbnb, I'll feel comfortable putting it on different platforms. It involves doing like research of the market. So I actually bought an analyzer called AirDNA to look at the work market, see how much money I could make off of the properties being offered to be rented out. And then from that list, I'll pick one property to I'm gonna reach out to a bunch of them, but I'll group together properties I like, contact the hosts, see if I can work something out with them. Once I do, because it will happen, I'll sign that agreement. There's like specific things I'm looking for, so I don't want to. You know how you have to pay rent sometimes, Noah, on like last month's and this month's rent.
You know what's crazy? I've never paid rent a day in my life.
That's actually crazy. Yeah, I forgot about that. All right, so sometimes you have to pay rent on last month's rent and this month's rent. So I'm trying to get it so I only have to pay rent on this month's rent. So I'll pay like whatever the cost of rent is, the security deposit, and I think that's everything I need. I'm trying to find something that includes basically all utilities except for internet, and then once I get that, I can start putting stupid amount of cash onto a credit card that I'm gonna get. That's gonna give me the 80,000 miles. I told you about that with the 95%. I can't remember the name of the card right now, but I will put it in the video. I'll put the card right here with like the whatever like benefits it has, like right here too. That's what I'm working on right now. I have to set up an LLC to make this legitimate. I have to set up a website to make it more legitimate. I'm just gonna keep doing research and making calls throughout June, and in July I will have that property. So hold me to it, whoever is listening to this podcast, and Noah, of course.
Yes, sir. Wait, but can you do like a deeper dive as to
that was already my little piece, bro. Like I gave you my little piece and.
Stop saying stuff like that, bro. Hey, yo, like, come on, bro. All right. But I was gonna say, so why did you actually, or how did you really come to the decision to be like, yo, it's actually a good idea to sell my investments in order to do this?
Yeah. So.
And what resource did you get the information from? You better plug that.
I mean, you are the resource.
Don't be disrespectful.
Oh wait, no, you're not the resource. I will not be disrespectful to the book. I was gonna mention it first thing. I'm reading this book currently. It's called The Millionaire Fast Lane.
Wait, where'd you get that?
I don't know who it's by.
From?
Bigger Pockets. It was on one of the Bigger Pockets Money podcast with Scott Trench and Mindy Jensen.
That's actually
so. That's crazy how it's a wait. Oh my God, I'm sorry. It was actually Noah who gave it to me, man.
And first of all, I got it from a Bigger Pockets episode, and it wasn't Bigger Pockets Money. It was the regular. Fault. It was the regular.
No, because at the end they ask questions. They say like, "What's your favorite
business book
about?" Whatever. Yeah. So I probably definitely heard it from Noah first. I'm gonna give it to you. Maybe I heard it there. I don't know. But yeah, Noah's a plug.
Bless.
Even though Noah told me it was a Millionaire Fast Track. Not Fast Lane, so I kind of found it myself.
That's
if you think about it,
big cap. But alright,
it's crazy. But yeah, no. So that book talked about how it's not really worth it to just work a job and put a little piece of your salary towards the stock market that 8 to 12% return, because you're not gonna really. It's gonna take you 40 years really to get the amount of money to become a millionaire. And once he was saying like different salaries and how long it would take to become a millionaire, just off of just a salary alone, I was like, wow, 14 years, 16 years, yeah, that's not gonna do it. So what he wants you to do is, or what I was thinking about was using the capital that I have and putting that towards ventures that would eventually make me more money in the future, especially in businesses that are going to be passive. So this business can be operated by someone else in the future, which would, give me enough time to do whatever I like, but also pursue other business ventures if I want. And because of that, I said I have $6,000 in the market right now that is making me money, but $6,000 in the grand scheme of things is nothing. And if it can help me jumpstart a business,
bro, what you mean is nothing?
Stupid. It's nothing.
In the long run?
In the $6,000 is nothing in the long run. If I'm making like 25K off of one property, not even. If I'm making 40K.
So you're saying in comparison
off of one property. In comparison, exactly. 6K is a lot. If you're starting out right now and you don't have 6K, yeah, that's crazy.
Whoa, you're not about to call out the bro boys, yo.
I know.
Don't do that. You say if you listen to this podcast, you don't have 6 racks, bro.
You don't have 6 racks. You telling me you have 6 racks in your bank account right now? No.
Yo,
if you listen to this podcast, no. I'm not trying to be insensitive at all.
You sound very insensitive, though.
I know. Six racks is a lot of money. But in the grand scheme of things, for me, it's not that much money. And because of that, I took it out the stock market so it can jumpstart a business venture that I'm already interested in. I know it's going to work, so I'm going to pursue it. as scary as it's gonna be, because it really is my first time doing something like this.
And what I was gonna say too is that even if you can't like end up systematizing your business right now to make it passive, it doesn't matter because you can take the profits from the business and invest that passively, regardless.
Exactly.
So either way, it's going into some sort of passive income stream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so give us your little piece now.
All right. So, wait. So should I?
That's great. See, I forgot.
So should I give an update or should I get straight to 100 mil? Because I feel like this could take a while.
Wait,
because I'm saying
right,
I was saying that my update could have just been 100 mil.
What is the 100 mil? I don't even know what you're talking about,
bro. It's the name. It's the name of the song.
I know, but I didn't. Okay, yeah, nah. Do your update first and then 100 mil.
Okay, all right, yeah.
I think that's better.
Bet. So basically, my update is essentially that I finally actually confirmed the property manager I'm going to use for this property, and basically I found this property manager by getting a referral from different Facebook groups, but also my old boxing trainer actually said that he knew the co-owner of this particular management company. I'm not going to give him a shout out yet. I'm not going to name drop him yet until I find out like it's really the real deal.
If they're trash, yeah.
Yeah. Because if they're nice, I'd rather.
But I can give him the name drop because I don't even. No, I'm messing. But yeah, he's working with a.
Whoa, don't do that. But yeah, so basically, this guy, he actually has his own podcast. I was gonna say the name, but I decided.
I was gonna say it too.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say it too, but I didn't say it.
But yeah, so he actually has a real estate podcast or a real estate investing podcast, and also kind of a business podcast too. So I checked out all the episodes of the podcast to kind of get a feel for him and see, like, is he someone that I would really want to kind of work with and also be able to learn from? Because my boxing trainer had told me that he actually wants me to sit down with him for real and have a real conversation because he thinks that this guy could really help me in my journey. He was essentially saying that this guy is kind of where I want to be. And I don't really know a lot of people that are moving bread for real like that and can really, not to say that they can't give me advice, but it's just, I feel like when I'm getting advice from like most people, I have to use so much discernment. Like, yeah, there's probably truth in what you're saying, but I have to like filter through so much because there's so much like nonsense in what you believe as well. Or we just have like really different fundamental beliefs about life and investing and finance and all that. But this guy, we seem to be more so on the same page, and we have like a similar foundation. And he actually hypes up like a lot of the books that we kind of hold as like foundational books as well. So I had actually asked him specifically about coaching opportunities and stuff like that too, and he said that coaching was how do you say it? Coaching is included in the management. So we're gonna be doing like bi-weekly calls and all that. Which is dope. And he actually works for the same company. No, sorry. He used to work for the same company that I'm working for right now. But he identifies as a corporate dropout, and he dropped out to really grow his property management business and also like his real estate investing business. So it would just be dope to be able to get game from someone like that. But, I mean, if it doesn't work out, on to the next one. It is what it is.
And then we can name drop.
Yeah, then we can name drop.
There was like... I'm not even gonna say it because
I
think it'd be too like. I think it'd kind of like give a bad impression or a good impression, and I don't want to do that yet.
If we name drop, you said?
Not if we name drop. If I say what I'm gonna say.
No, just say it because you can just edit it out.
All right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wasn't he like the same guy like that was taking mad long on your calls? Like you'd call him, he just wouldn't respond.
Yeah, so that is.
Yeah, but you're about to move on to another one too. I was
about to move on to another one. But I feel like that does kind of show that he's really out here making moves and all that. Because I was looking at like his IG page and all that.
Bro, Joey
and he was in properties, like really doing what he needed to be doing. So I was like, all right, maybe if he's really out here making moves for real and that's why it takes him a while to answer, I can respect that.
Yeah.
If he would just kick
But Joey wouldn't do that. Joey would answer that call. He'd call you back immediately.
But I don't know. Joey's
I'm about to bleep his name out too, though.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Joey's moving the same type of bread.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, Joey's more so like on the come up like me, where he kind of has to do that in order to build his brand and build his business. This guy's more so already established.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Respect your decision. I'll be there to see everything anyway. So
Yes, sir.
if this dude's trash, we'll just bash him on our podcast, and hopefully get a feature on his, and then we can bash him on his podcast.
Yes,
That'd be
sir.
savage. All right.
All right, so what the moment we've all been waiting for.
This man said 100 mil yet.
Yeah,
can't
no,
show
so we
yet.
gonna talk. We need to talk about that song 100 Mil off J. Cole's new album, Off Season. We need to discuss this. For real, for real. Especially because in the last episode we was talking about, what was it? What's that little baby line again? I ain't got 100 mil yet. I can't show yet.
That's crazy.
And then this man had to stun on him real quick. That's low key disrespectful. I don't know why Jermaine is just coming at everyone these days. In case y'all didn't know, he actually came at Joel in another song, but we're not gonna talk about it right now. We're not gonna talk about it. It's cool. He low key sneaked this to you, but that's fine.
I know. So
Yeah.
disrespectful,
But I mean, I'm gonna pick out like a couple lines, not even really from the verses, but even just the hook that kind of resonated with me, and kind of see how you feel about it too, Joel. Unless you feeling broke today.
Feeling rich, man. What you mean?
All right, bet. But actually, let me quote it first. So, in the pre-chorus, right there, he already starts it off talking about how come a nigga ain't enter his prime, still getting better after all this time. So, what?
Yo,
What?
that's what you were about to say, wasn't it? That's
Nah,
what you were
what
about
do
to
you
say before. Because you were saying, like, I'm not going to mention it until the podcast starts, but you're like,
No. That's the next bar. That's the next bar.
All right.
But yeah. So he says, how come a nigga ain't under his prime, still getting better after all this time? And the reason that kind of resonated with me is because even like at the level that he's at right now, which obviously he's one of the biggest like rappers and one of the most financially successful rappers in the business, especially right now, like the idea that he feels like I'm not even really in my bag yet. I'm not even in my prime yet. I still got like so many more levels that I could hit. So that that's just crazy to me, because like we said, even with the Lil Baby thing, because Lil Baby's on the come up, and he's talking about how he's trying to get to 100 mil. He's like, bro, I got 100 mil and I'm still not done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it rocking.
Lil Baby's next verse.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna have Lil Baby on this one, on this track. He had it on another one though, but this one was more so for you, Joel. Where you said right after that, these niggas say.
I see it, bro.
Stop.
I see it.
These niggas say that they killers, they lying. Only thing I see him killing is time, bro.
That's so
and that was
facts,
reminding
man.
me. Yeah, that was reminding me of your episode, like where you were being interviewed and you was talking about. Actually, I'm gonna let you spit about that.
Yeah, how
I'm
I
gonna
was
let you
talking
rock
about, like, dudes are like, yeah, bro, like, I'm doing whatever, I'm doing this stuff, I'm making big. Like, no, you're not. We're in the same place right now, doing the same thing. And I don't see anything coming out of you except for just talk. It's so much talk. You're just killing time with your words. So much talk. So I didn't even know he said this in the song. But yeah, bro, people really, especially in college, maybe just because like they really don't know what it. I don't know. No one's actually gone through anything. They really don't know what it takes to become like a big thing. But yeah, people just killing time when it comes to college, for sure. You see that all the time too. People always say, oh, I'm about to do this. I'm working on whatever. Yeah, I'm doing whatever. No, you're not. You're just killing time. And what I remember hearing in the book too, they were like,
The Millionaire Fastlane.
The Millionaire Fastlane. They were like, yeah. People always say like, I don't even have the time for this. Like, oh yeah, I'd get to making my money like what I said. I'm just too busy. And he's like, why are you busy then? Because you're trying to work for someone. Yo, what is good with my car? He's like, you're working for someone that's taking your time away so you can make more money than you could actually make right now. Like, you're busy for no reason.
Well, like
you're busy
make more
no
money
reason,
for
man.
them. Than
Exactly, make
making
more
bread
money for
yourself.
themselves. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm like, yeah, it's crazy that you see that. Like, people are, oh, I don't have time for this. Why? You do have time for this. You're actually what are you doing then? I would love to follow someone around and see what they do in their day and be like, yeah, that's crazy. And it goes the same for me. I'm not perfect either. I'll waste time as well all the time. But I definitely wouldn't be going around saying like, yeah, I'm doing whatever if I really wasn't trying to put some work towards it. And that's why I don't even like talking about it too. I don't like talking a lot about what I'm doing until I actually have steps like in place to do them.
I feel that. But yeah, so then the last part that I wanted to point out So it's right after like the hook, and then it goes back into. Actually, hold up. Let me pull up the lyrics. Where is it at? I literally just had it. Okay.
Oh, 100 million. I'm still on the grind. He says that 19 times. Like actually, like so many times in the song.
Nah, he does. But yeah, so right before he gets to verse 2, like he opens it up with the whole like 100 million. I'm still on the grind. But more importantly, like right when he leads into verse 2, the start of it is it's not about money, or it's not about the money. It's more about the time, and that's what I was talking about. I think at the end of actually episode, was it episode 3? Whatever the last episode was.
Yeah. I don't even know, bro. This stuff gets mixed in my head. 3 and 2 are the same thing, and I'm not even done editing 2 because the whole problem with the recording. So we're sorry. I'm sorry if the recording on the last episode was trash. If you watch the YouTube version, because
Yeah, you better blame Joel, bro. That was all him, yo. I don't know.
nah,
what to tell
chill
you,
out, bro. That's the editing software we're using, which I don't even want to drop either, because I mean we need their software for a little bit longer at least.
No cosigns yet, bro. No cosigns.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, but I wanted to speak on that because I feel like people really think that, especially because he's using a number like 100 mil, and I'm still on the grind. Like people really think that it's about the money, but I'm like, bro, it's not about the money at all.
No,
like
yeah.
the money is kind of what I'm using as the benchmark in order to kind of to track like my success and my progress. But at the end of the day, like I won't speak for him, but for me, like I'm really doing it for the time. Like I'm really looking for that time freedom.
Yeah, J. Cole is one of these artists that he really is different from other artists because of his mindset. You can tell just with what he's saying. If you're actually paying attention, it's not about the money, it's about the time. That makes sense.
Yeah, but even going back to the first part about him not feeling like he's in his prime, I kind of want to do like just a little bit of a deeper dive on that. I don't know if you watched the documentary he put out for this. Yeah, so
Put out a
basically,
documentary for this?
yeah, damn, bro, you slacking. You was over here asking me like, yo, did you?
I'm out here making money. I'm out here making money, bro. What you mean?
Man, you out here selling your portfolio. That's what you're really doing.
That is true.
I'm playing.
That
But
is
yeah, so in the doc, he was talking about, so like I said, like he's obviously at the top, or he's top 3, I would say, probably, in the game, right?
Probably top 1.
Top 3, and he's not 3. Well, I don't know. He might be 3. It might be. We have to debate about who's in the 3. Anyways,
Okay.
But outside of that, so the whole thing was he was talking about at the level that he's at. How do you phrase it? He was basically like, yo, if my last album, like, was it, like, if I retired after that, like, would I feel like I really reached my potential? And he was like, nah, like, not at all. Like, there's just so many more levels that I still need to go. And I feel like it's just important to always kind of have that hunger. Like, because for me, too, it's like, dang, how do I want to explain it? But I feel like I'm really trying to figure out, like, what is my actual potential? Like, what can I do? And, like, what was I actually meant to do? So not being able to reach that potential, and that's why I'm saying it's not about money, but it's about me, like, continuing to develop my skill set, and that's what he was saying as well. But obviously he's talking about when it comes to rap. But us, I guess, is just kind of... Go ahead.
I don't even think it's necessarily like just when it goes to rap. Only reason I say that is because of this thing I'm reading on Genius right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just saying, like, when Melissa told me she was pregnant, it was like a clock went off. Before life completely changed, I need to refocus and lock back in and reach the highest height before I can just relax. That's exactly what you were saying, basically.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I think he's trying to be a better person, actually, just completely overall. And you can just see that. This man took, like, 2 years off just to go, probably live and understand, like, what he's really trying to do.
Yeah, and he did actually speak on feeling comfortable for a little bit and kind of losing the hunger. So that's why he kind of named this the off season and all that, because he's really trying to get back in and lock in, and make sure he does what he was kind of, I don't know how you would say it, but does what he was meant to do. Make sure he kind of fulfills his destiny before he's out, and that's just how I feel about my own life as well. So. Yeah, I mean, I guess if we want to get into
that was deep, bro. That was deep. I think we have to just end the episode here. I was too deep. You know, I gotta.
You said that's it, bro.
Gotta reflect. Yeah, let's get into this. Let's get right into this. Tracking your spending.
So you said you're gonna show them your Mint account?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. Let's get to it.
Yeah, my Mint account's about to go down. Oh no, I actually wouldn't even show up that I sold all my stocks there. Nah, yeah, this is. I don't think it's even. I'm gonna talk about first why. I don't think I'm even able to show this account.
I want to talk about.
What you mean,
why.
nah? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Why are you trying to get in my lane?
That's actually facts. That really is your thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, chill out.
I know. Then why do we track our spending though?
So I mean, if you listen to any Bigger Pockets Money episode, which I mean y'all should have been listening to that because I feel like we gave him a shout out.
That's true.
Anything that we co-sign, hey bro, if you
should co-sign.
Yeah, if you haven't caught the wave yet, you might want to check it out. But anyways, on almost every Bigger Pockets Money episode, and if you don't know what Bigger Pockets Money is, I'll explain it real quick. But basically, Bigger Pockets itself is kind of a platform for. It's almost like a social network for real estate investors and all that, but they kind of expanded. So Bigger Pockets Money is more so just for people that are looking to learn more about financial independence. But it doesn't have to specifically be like through real estate investing. So a lot of them kind of just invest in index funds, or they might have like a little entrepreneurial thing as well. But it's basically more so just a personal finance podcast in a way. But yeah, the majority of the people there, and they're interviewing people, by the way, that for the most part have already reached financial independence. So you're getting game for people that have already taken the steps, and they're explaining what they did so that you can learn from it. And a lot of them, when they ask that question, what is the exact question? Like
wait, which one?
Like they typically ask a certain question, like, yo, dang, what is it? But the response that people give, I'll do this part over. But
yeah, maybe. Yeah,
basically, the response that people give is like the one thing that kind of helped me out the most was tracking my spending. I don't remember what the question was though.
Do they ask it every single time?
Yeah, it's one of the questions that they ask at the end every time.
What is your well, okay. I know about the book one.
They ask about like
obviously the stupid.
Do they ask like your worst financial mistake too? Right?
Yeah, I don't know if they ask that every single time. I can't even remember if they ask that every single time. But I think one of them is like, what is one of the most useful things? I guess I can't remember either. Okay. Maybe we have to pull up an episode right now and just figure it out.
But
why are you talking about it?
Basically, they asked something like, what was kind of the biggest thing that helped push you to get to financial independence? And one of the most common answers is tracking your spending, because it's not even really about budgeting, and we'll kind of get into that as well. Me and Joel don't really budget, but it's more so about developing awareness and consciousness of where is my money actually going on a week-to-week basis. So when you're more aware of it, you can kind of catch yourself when you're slipping. And you realize, wait, I'm saying that I have these certain values and these certain goals that I'm trying to hit, but my money may not really be actually heading towards these goals. So even when you're talking about with time, right? People wasting their time or feeling like they don't have enough time, when it's like you really need to like make the time to actually do the stuff that you're saying that you want to do. And the same thing with money. Like the way that you're going to invest your money, your time are very similar. So if you're saying that I want to get to financial independence, or if you have a more specific goal, like, oh, I want to save up such and such dollar amount so I could do this by this time, you need to be aware of where your money is going on a daily or at least like a weekly basis. So you're able to actually track that. Like, am I getting closer to my goal? Is my spending actually, if someone were to look at my transactions for like the past week, the past month, whatever it is, would they really see what I value and what my goals are based off my transactions or not? Because if not, you're just killing time. Now you're just killing money. You're killing your goals. You're killing your dreams. I hope you know that. Like, that's crazy to me. But yeah, if you want to kind of show them how they can go about actually tracking their spending.
Yeah, so one of the biggest tools that we use to track our spending is mint.com. It's a free service online. You can get an app on your phone. You can get an app on basically anything that you have. It's fantastic. And the way it works is it basically links all of your accounts. Any account, any expense that you have, you can log in with whatever you would use to log into that account. So let's say you have your Netflix. Actually, I don't think Netflix actually works. But let's say you have like Spotify, right? You pay your Spotify bill every single month. It's like, $10 a month, right? You log in with your Spotify information into Mint Mobile. It asks you for permission to use that site, whatever permissions, normal, whatever. And then it would take the $10 that you'd normally pay for Spotify per month, add it to this chart, and then add it as like a monthly expense. So it tracks any monthly expense you would have.
Wait, can I actually do that?
Yeah, that's what I did for Spotify. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
for
that.
Spotify. Yeah, so
I just
that part's cool.
Yeah, I just do it for like my accounts, like my bank accounts, my brokerage accounts, my. Do you call it
I did it with everything.
Brokerages.
I don't even. Yeah,
like
that's still a
Coinbase
brokerage.
and Gemini in them. Yeah, so I link all that stuff.
I don't think.
I didn't know.
I don't know why Netflix doesn't work, but yeah, So mine will say monthly. I have Spotify on here. I really only have Spotify, and now it's HBO Max. I haven't tried putting that in. But for something that you have that isn't on here or supported, you can just like type in Netflix $17 per month, and it'll give you that. Yes, when I got it, I tried putting every single thing I knew I had on it. I kind of have to update this. But yeah, so you can put on those monthly bills, because that's probably more common with people who are listening to this podcast anyways. Everything's streaming, everything's like subscription based.
You're saying that so you're probably gonna have liabilities, yo, and mad
liabilities. Yeah, probably that's too crazy, many.
Bro. That's the second time you dissed our people, bro.
In fact, don't even put it in the app. Just delete it from your life, and then we can move on to the next step.
Facts.
Nah, that's terrible. That's terrible. You can also put on your credit cards. So I only have one of my credit cards in here, but I don't even think you have to put it on. I think it just knows that you have a new credit card if it's associated with your social security number. Don't quote me on that, though. I'm not 100% sure.
That's cap.
You might have to just...
You must be talking about Credit Karma.
I must be talking about Credit Karma.
By the way, if you use...
Credit Karma's a good app to get, though, too.
Yeah, if you use Credit Karma, TurboTax, QuickBooks, like all those types of apps, they're all owned by Intuit. So if you put your information on one of them, it typically syncs to the majority of them. So if you use Credit Karma at all to monitor your credit usage and all that, then you basically already have a Mint account. So no excuse.
That's true. Yeah, that's facts. And it's super easy. It's so easy to use. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't connect another credit card account right now. I'm gonna have to do that. But it shows it like in a way that's like very easy to see. And yeah, no, I'm not gonna try to share it because it's gonna be extremely hard to edit like all the stuff I'm doing with it.
I would just in it.
But oh really? And I hate you actually. I thought you were serious. Yeah. It also the biggest thing though, and I'm gonna keep going on with this stuff, but it does show your net worth too, which is super important. It's a good number to like have in the back of your head if you're reaching for a goal. You want to know what your net worth is. But yeah, so like Noah said, you can also put in your brokerage account, so any investment account you have with not any, but most brokerages. So I don't think you can put in Robinhood as of right now, but you can put in M1 Finance.
I have Robinhood in there, but it's not good.
No way, bro.
It's not good at tracking it. It always tells me that I need to like do the security thing or whatever, like answer the security question. Like, every single time I'm like, bro, I don't even. You just forgot your answer. That's crazy. Like I don't. No, I didn't forget it, bro. I had to put in the same thing every single time I would go on to Mint.
That's so stupid.
I feel like there's certain types of accounts or certain types of institutions that they just really don't rock well with for whatever reason.
If that's the case, then I tried putting in my Robinhood when I first got Mint, and it was just like, nah, we just don't mess with Robinhood really. So when I switched over to M1 and it worked fine, I was like, this is great. I was like, all right, this is what it's gonna have to be.
It might be because too many people that were in my situation were complaining, so they were just like, you know what, let's just not add it. Yeah.
That could be, that's actually very possible. Because it really was like, we don't support them at this time. I was like, all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can put in see, that's the thing though. I don't think I put in, I did put my loan accounts in. You can put your loans in here too, which is very big if you want to know how much you have left on them. Any property, so you can put in like the value of your car. It won't really be the value of your car, because it says my car is $6,000
type of thing.
Yeah,
bit,
my
but
car
it's
is not
obviously
worth
it's not gonna be
6,000.
exact.
Yeah. You can put in your house if you own a house, like how much value your house would be, even though that's still going to be a little bit different just with how we do our housing thing. And your house is not an asset unless you're house hacking, so you should not consider it an asset if it lowers your
Being mean
or
to
raise
these
your.
folks, man. You
That's
being
what I'm
so
trying to say,
mean
but
them, bro.
I want to be like I want to be as like straightforward
keep
as
it a
possible.
buck.
Like, yeah, your house is not an asset. So I'm saying, like, what if they see their house is
God,
like,
bro.
let's see, it's like they're up 50,000, right? No, you're not. Though your
Man,
house is
why
a
you have to show
liability
me
if you're
50,000
paying
on
it.
your screen though? Relax, yo.
Bro, because my net worth right now is negative 4,000, but I also have $19,000 in loans.
Bro.
I know, and I have more than that in loans. I'll get rid of it all soon. Don't worry. I'll get rid of it all by next year.
I don't know, bro. I'm feeling
Listen,
stressed. You
that'd be
saying not to
crazy.
worry? Like, I'm playing.
Nah, it's 6% interest rate. I'm not worried. I'll be all right. I'll be okay.
That's
But,
why I'm sweating right now, yo.
Oh, because you're worried for me? My interest rate's going up? Oh, I mean, but just my loans are going up? I appreciate that.
Like, bro,
It makes me feel.
mad day.
To be real, it's like a fire. Like I'm like I need to get rid of this debt right now. So it's a
yeah,
fire
yeah.
on me right now, and I'm younger, but that's why I'm trying to like get rid of as much debt as possible for next year. So I'm not getting a meal plan. I'm not paying for my housing because I'm gonna be an RA.
You say you're on your
And I'm
debt
trying to
free
apply for
journey with
scholarship.
Dave Ramsey in them?
Never with Dave Ramsey, but yeah, because I know Dave Ramsey didn't make his money off of that same way, bro. That's crazy.
Can you talk
They were
about
bashing him.
So can you actually go a little bit? Can you rap to them about why you don't consider a house
An
an
asset?
asset in general? And then what was the other thing you said? You know what? No. We won't even talk about the debt thing yet. Or if you want to speak like what do you consider to be like actually good debt? And
Oh,
bad
bad
instead
debt,
of just
good debt?
the regular definition of good debt and bad.
Yeah. So, what am I talking about? Dave Ramsey. Wait, what was the first one? I completely forgot. The housing.
Why
Okay,
is-
so yeah.
Yeah.
So your house is not an asset because an asset is basically something that's gonna like create money for you. So it's gonna create cash flow for you, give you money basically at the end of the month or end of whatever cycle you're in, right? A house is not doing that if all it's doing is taking money from you through a mortgage. It's not gonna be. It's not making you any money. The house itself is valued at, let's say $300,000, $350,000. It has that price attached to it, but you can't just wake up. Is your stomach grumbling, bro?
Yeah, bro. You heard that?
Man. Your boy's hungry.
Thanks, bro. I was like, should I
hungry
eat?
for
But I was like,
finance,
nah.
bro.
Let me chill.
No, but yeah. So your house is not gonna be. You can't just trade in your house right now today for 300 whatever thousand it's worth because you first. I mean,
But what if it's paid off, bro?
if it's paid off, it's still not an asset if it's not making you money. If it's not making you money,
alright, so what
it's a
about this?
liability.
So what about this? So what if, right? And by the way, he's saying like you're not house hacking or whatever. But what
Not
if,
house hacking, exactly.
Yeah. So what if you take, like, since if you had the house for a little bit, you have a little bit of equity, and then you take some of that equity out through like a home equity loan or a home equity line of credit and
that's an
invest it.
asset then. I already know. That
Okay.
would be an asset then. That would be an asset because that's making you money. Especially if you invest it, that investment will make you money over the long term. So that would be an asset. But you think people are really doing that?
No. So
because they'd be house hacking. Because they'd be house hacking for sure, or flipping, or wholesaling, whatever. They'd be doing that.
So all right. So what if we say it like this? Basically, if you did not purchase it with the goal of it being a true asset, like did you actually analyze it as a true investment, or were you just like, I mean, it looks pretty?
Exactly.
Because I feel like that
that-
kind of more
yeah.
so defines is this actually an investment for real? So
Yeah, but I don't know if that technically defines an asset because a lot of rappers will get gold chains and iced out watches, which are actually worth a lot and they will actually appreciate in value over time, but they don't even know that. They just like it because it looks shiny and pretty. But they could probably resell it for the same price or a price more than that. They don't consider it an investment. They just consider it.
it's technically an
Yeah,
asset
protect.
though on their balance sheet.
Yeah. Oh, really? On their balance sheet? I know they're not doing their own balance sheet, so it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter.
But I would
yeah,
say
okay.
for most people, your house is probably really not an asset, like you're saying, because it's like depleting you of capital every single month if you're having to pay that mortgage. But if you did go into it with the intention of, you know, I'm gonna go in and buy this property undervalued, even though like I'm gonna be living in there and I don't plan on like renting out rooms or whatever. But if you went there strategically, did certain updates to know, for example, that, all right, this is gonna help me force appreciation in my property. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm investing money into this property with certain types of updates in order to increase the value, and then I actually plan to do something with that equity at some point in time. Like I do plan on using it to invest or whatever. At that point, I would actually consider it an investment in a true asset because of the way that you actually thought about it. So to me, it's more so about like your thought process going into it.
Yeah,
but
that's true. Because if you,
yeah,
no, seriously.
I was just gonna say, but if you just went into it like, oh well, you know, it's pretty, the neighborhood is so nice, I'm in a nice school district, like to me, like that wasn't really an asset. And you know, like, all right, so let me not say you know, but I know a lot of people that went and just bought a house because they've been told that it like just as is, it's just some great investment, when in reality, like, because people will say the thing about like, oh, but it's gonna appreciate and all that, but a lot of times in most areas in general, like most areas in the United States, your house is only increasing by like the value of inflation anyways. So you really didn't come up for real, like if you truly account for the inflation. But that's fine. I mean, you can have it if you want to. But yeah, they just been told that it's an asset and they have no idea how to even use it as an asset. Because even when I worked at Santander, so I'll actually name drop them now. But even when I worked there, like they would try to tell you to basically get people to take out like equity in their home in order to do certain things. But even then, like those were not wise investments that they were telling you to take out the equity for. They weren't like, oh, you should take out the equity so you could use it as a down payment
on another
or to start a business. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're not really trying to get you to do stuff like that with it. So that's when I'm kind of like, I don't know why all y'all just came up believing this lie. And that really is a huge part of the American dream. Like, yo, I want to own a home. Like, why do you want to just own this thing that's taking cash flow from you every single month and basically enslaving you even more? Because now you're really forced to work. Yeah, in order to pay for this thing that you're calling an asset.
I think the reason why, though, is because people want, like,
a sense
of security,
bro. No,
and you said I was being mean to him, bro. Nah, it's because people want to feel safe, bro. People want to be, like, they want to feel like...
You want to feel safe giving that money to the bank every month?
No,
but going in your own account, bro.
It's just because when people are like, I mean, I can't even say it because I know what you're about to say. But if people are like, let's say I lose everything and I paid off my house after 30 years. Wait, how long did it take you to do that? Like 30 years, bro. Let's say I paid off my house after 30 years. Let's just say, and this isn't me, this is just someone else. They'd be like, at least I have my house that I only have to pay property taxes on. And they'll feel okay with that. Like, at least I have this piece of property. I feel like that's like...
But you know what's crazy, though?
Like, okay, it's safe. Boy, you
know
could have
what's
bought like 10 properties with that, had cash flow, make you live the rest of your life.
Yeah, like, you could have just house hacked, bro, to get rid of that. Like, you're like, that's yo, true, I'm going to wait 30 years in order for this. Like, bro, safe. You could have did that with your first property, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, even if you didn't want to make it, like, too uncomfortable, where it's like, all right, I'm going to rent out, like, every single room here or whatever. Like, you might have one roommate or whatever. You might get a house. Like, because there's different ways to house hack. Yeah, you know what I mean? Or you can even get...
nice.
Even, like, a house with, like, it's a single-family property, but then it has, like, an additional dwelling unit. They call it, like, an ADU or whatever. Some people call it, like, a mother-in-law suite. You know what I mean? So you can still be comfortable. And then another thing you could do is, if you really want that single-family home that, like, for just you, like, why don't you just house hack a couple times first? Even just one time, to be honest. But if you did it a couple times, and then the cash flow from the property could then pay for the mortgage on this single-family home, like, that's a come up right there.
And you get a property manager, you don't have to manage anything. You don't have to manage a single thing. You know what I mean? And because people just aren't taught that, though.
I know. That's fact.
They're just not taught that.
That's why I'm like, yo, we can't really be mean, but at the same time, it's like...
I know.
The reason that I get so frustrated is because those people be coming at me and telling me that I'm wilding. Yeah, and I'm like, what are you talking about? But that's why you're broke, though. Like, respectfully. But that's why you're broke. Like, why are you telling me not to make these money moves?
Like 21.
I'm trying to
bro,
get
you
to that
remember the
J. Cole
song?
level. I want to say, what is it again? I don't even remember the hook now.
Bro, 100
million,
I'm
I'm still on the
the
grind, bro.
100 million, I'm
Like
still
that's
on
where
the
I'm trying to
grind.
be at. And you still worried about, like you still don't even think that you can get to 1 mil, but you think that you had a right to come at me, boy.
On the path,
If you
bro,
don't
on
sit
the
down.
path.
You said
that's
what?
Facts. I said on
Yeah,
the
but that's
path,
what I'm
literally
saying. I'm like,
200 mil.
most of y'all don't even like think that you could get $1 million in a lifetime. And we just showed y'all last
Exactly
episode how
it's
if you
crazy.
just started at 20 years old and you got this 10% return, you know what I mean? And
You
even
can
if
do
you
it.
don't think you can do it with the
That's
S&P
last
alone,
resort.
yeah, even if you
Yeah.
didn't think that you could do it with the S&P alone, if you just put another ETF in there to kind of boost it up, like a tech ETF or
Arc.
like or ARK, ARKK. I mean, I don't know if that's really gonna.
No, yeah.
You know, we don't really know what the performance
I'm
is,
not
but
gonna
at least
co-sign
if
that
you're
one
like,
yet.
yeah, if you're at least like attempting to do something, like trying, but instead most people are just like, oh well, I'll never be able to do that, and that's why you can't do it, bro. Like that's
Yeah,
exactly why.
yeah.
Not with that attitude.
You
That's how they
already
be
set
saying it,
yourself
right?
up for failure. Yeah. You
Yeah,
already
for
set
real.
up with that attitude. This is like, yo, we should talk about that. We should talk about before we get, because we want to talk
Yeah, we
about
kind
house
of going
hacking
on a
too.
whole other.
But I think we should, because we're going to talk about house hacking eventually, but we should talk about why we don't budget. Like the reasons why.
Cause that shit is weak as hell, bro.
Exactly. Like if you budget, honestly, nah, that's
Nah.
All right. For real though, the reason I don't budget is because it's plain and simple. I'm already so
You said that shit's for the
conscientious
birds?
about. Exactly, bro. There's no reason. I'm not a bird. I'm a man. I'm a strong man.
You say you're a strong, independent black man.
I'm a strong, independent black man, bro.
That's real.
No, but for real though, I'm so conscientious about everything that I'm spending money on, because I want to get to my goals so bad that I'm not gonna spend money on anything that won't get me there. That's really the plain and simple reason why I don't budget. It's probably the same for Noah. I'm letting him explain his thing. There is stuff that I will spend
I was
money
gonna say,
on.
you gonna let me cook, or you just gonna?
I'm gonna let you cook. But I did spend money on this watch. I got an
Whoa.
Apple Watch.
That looks like a whole
because-
liability. Because you
Nah,
own
chill,
Apple
chill, chill.
shares.
Because I own Apple shares. They paid for it for me. Nah, it's the real reason I got it is as a gift for myself for graduating this school year. But honestly, it's like, I mean, it's like kind of, I don't know. It's what it is. Like, I might
Yo,
just
don't say it
return
like that,
and
because you're gonna
take
make
that
us
money.
have the other conversation that we said we weren't gonna have yet.
What conversation?
Oh my gosh, what you want me to?
You
say?
have to mention it. I'll bleep it out. Yeah, but aside from that though, I'll spend money on things that will get me closer to what I'm trying to achieve, which is financial freedom. I'll spend money on things that will get me closer to other people. Hanging out with friends is good if you do it like, once in a while. If you're hanging out with your friend, like you have to be conscientious, kind of do things that are like reasonable. Like you can't be going like out to get food every single day. But even in the group that we have with me, Noah, the rest of the group that we have in our area, we always go out to a different place every single Wednesday and eat out there. Pause again. But
Throwback.
I'm willing to spend the money on that because it's such a good environment of people. We're just getting closer and bonding, and we're all on the same journey that I'm willing to spend money on that. Oh my God, I cannot be going to the second topic. But yeah, very conscientious about what I'm spending. And because of that, I don't like a budget because I will spend money in certain places rather than not. There's also another big reason why I don't budget.
Oh, we're about to get deep.
It's just because when
pause, but yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
facts, right? It's just when you budget, you are basically saying like, I can't control myself, so I have to set this limit on myself. If you're gonna get to financial independence, you have to know how to control your spending. It's gonna be a big part of what you do going forward. You're gonna have to know how to control that and how to minimize whatever you have. Because if you're just saying like, I basically have a problem, so I'm not gonna fix the problem, I'll just fix the route that the problem is kind of expressing itself in my life through spending, you're not really solving the root issue of your spending problem. You're cutting off yourself, which is good. It's a good way to start, but you have to be able to get to the root of the problem, which is why am I wanting to spend so much money on one thing that's not going to lead me to where I want to go, or that's just depleting my bank account. Because once you realize that, you, again, won't need to budget because you'll already be like, everything I spend money on is for the reasons that I want to spend money on.
So
That's really it.
yeah. So for me, Yeah, for me, I think that budgeting is okay for certain people, cause I feel like people like me and you are just different.
You
Though.
disgust
That's what
me,
it
bro.
is.
You
I mean,
disgust me.
we
Nah,
just
I'm
cut
messing.
from a different cloth. Is what it.
No, we're not. What are
Actually,
you
let me
talking
not
about?
even say it like that, cause I don't want to. You know what I mean? I'm not saying y'all are trash, necessarily, respectfully. But
You said
nah, I
respectfully
just feel like
disrespectful.
for people like us, we're just so focused on our goal that we wouldn't really need a budget because I know, like, I'm very clear about what I want and I'm going to do whatever needs to be done in order to get there. But I guess most people in general are not really like that. But that doesn't mean that they still can't
Why?
enjoy it.
Why? You want to just die? You want to just die with nothing? Huh? Why?
I
People
feel like
need to
just
do a
different people have
psychiatric
different
evaluation,
motivations. Because
Yeah, I
we're
know,
like
no,
we're
just
really
messing.
driven like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I'm
that goes
messing,
back
I'm
to the
messing.
J. Cole thing that we were talking about. Like we're really trying to live out our purpose and like
Yeah.
reach our full potential. Most people,
Yeah.
like just regular people, are just not like that. But that
That's
doesn't
true.
mean that they still can't get to financial independence. They might not get there as quickly as us because they're not really trying to like run towards it like we are and be willing to really cut certain things out and potentially even cut certain people out in order to get to our goal as quickly as possible. But they can still get there, especially if we're talking about like in the really, really long term. But I would say that if you feel as though you need a budget, go ahead and do it. You can even use Mint. It will help you out. I
It will
think,
help you out.
yeah, I'm not sure if you can do it on the phone app, but I know for a fact you can.
You
do it
can.
on the desk. Okay.
You
Yeah,
can do it
so-
on both. It's easier on the desktop, though. I will
Okay.
say. I did try it out.
Yeah. So on the desktop version of the app or of Mint, you can actually put in a budget and be like, yo, I only want to spend this much on this category, whatever. So if you like to go out to restaurants, you could be like, I only spend this much on restaurants or on eating out. Or you could be like, I only want to spend this much on entertainment. So another thing with Mint too, as well, is like, it will also give you a weekly summary of your spending as long as you actually uploaded like your information, like your credit cards and your checking account and all that, because it's gonna track your spending for you. So every Sunday, basically it will pop up on your phone. You'll get a notification at some point during the day, and it will say your weekly summary is ready to review. So you can click on that, and most of your transactions it will probably be pretty correct, but every once in a while you do have to actually categorize it yourself. But it will show like your spending categories to be like, yo, you spent this much on restaurants, you spent this much on entertaining, you spent this much on shopping. And that's what we were saying before about developing that awareness and that consciousness of where is my money actually going. Because if I said, for example, that I'm trying to reach financial freedom or financial independence as quickly as possible, and I realized like, yo, mad of my money is going towards shopping, and this was not shopping for things that are going to help me actually get to my goal. Like, you're kind of forced to see that every single week. So that's why I personally push for people to use that app so much, because you need to see that. if you're messing yourself up, if you're scoring yourself over, be aware of it at least. You know what I mean? Like, don't just be blindly doing it. No, like, yo, the reason that I'm not getting towards my goal is because I'm choosing to do this. And either you're okay with it or you're not. Like, that's up to you to decide. But I know for me, when I be seeing that I spent a certain dollar amount on certain things, I'm like, oh, nah, bro, this ain't it. This ain't happening no more, bro. Next week, I'm going to make sure this looks right. Yeah. So, and you can even categorize it too, because it might just say shopping or whatever. Like, for example, if you buy books on Amazon, you can categorize it as like, I was buying something for education, I was buying something for business services. So you can categorize it like that. And then also, like for me, you can see that I will purchase a lot of educational material, even in terms of buying courses on things that I want to learn. So it will show like as an expense that I spent something, but I'm spending it in order for me to continue to invest in myself and grow and make more money down the line. So I'm okay with doing that. But it's just always good to watch it, and it will also show on the Mint app like your cash flow in terms of your net cash flow. Like, this is how much you made this month, and this is how much you spent. So like I said again, like, you're being forced to see it, and I feel like everyone should be forced to see it. You need to see this. You need to be aware of where your money is going, instead of just making excuses and be like, no, I can't do this because I don't have enough money. Bro, I'm looking at the app right now. It
sense.
says you spend mad money on this. Like, what do you say? You say you don't have $50 to invest a week. You say you don't have $25 to invest a week. Like, what are you talking about right now? You had it. You just spent it on this dumb right here, bro. Like,
what I will say though, Noah, is whatever. That's two things. One, a book I'm reading, that is very good at this. That talks about like the steps you kind of have to take. Is Your Money or Your Life. I'm guessing you've read that too, right?
yes, sir.
I think it's the first step. They talk about like tracking your spending, but it's like insane. It's talking about like tracking your spending every single dollar that you ever made in your life, which I was like, that's incredible to me. I don't know if I can even really do that. They had a story about this
When I
woman
was
that took
10
3
years
months to
old,
get
I
past
got
the first step.
this $20
Yeah, facts.
from my
I got
auntie.
$10. But the reason they do that though is to make you realize that you've made so much money and you don't have anything to show for it for the most part. Like most people don't have much to show for it. But it's saying like, yeah, you have the ability though to generate capital. You have the ability, clearly. You're just spending it on stupid stuff. And second thing I'd recommend is this isn't like a one-time event where you're tracking your spending. Like Noah said, it's going to be there's weekly summaries, but you want to take some time and sit down and evaluate everything you're spending. I would say like once a month it's probably good. Once a week if you can. Once every 2 weeks. If you set
At
a time
least
for
once
yourself
a
to
week,
go
bro.
over.
At least
Yeah, but
once
I'm
a
just
week.
saying that because like I know you can like, yeah. For me,
In
it's
my opinion.
definitely harder because we have. I know. Do you track your stuff on QuickBooks too for DoorDash and whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure,
So
bro.
like for that, like you kind of need like once a DoorDash. I always mess up with that, but you need to kind of do it more for that because there's so much more involved. But you got to be sitting down and looking at your expenses, making sure everything is right in your eyes. Like no expenses just slip in your. I don't know what I'm saying right there. Slip in your eyes or something. That doesn't sound right at
Yo,
all.
you just trying to say some weird stuff.
It's like what is
you
what
want
is
some other
phrases I
stuff
learned in
tonight, bro?
school,
I don't
man?
know.
Slipping your, the better you get at systematizing this and sitting down and tracking expenses, the better you will be.
I want to drive this into y'all's head. Make a conscious decision. Like, that's my whole thing. That's what I'm saying. You need to see it. So just know the reason I am in this position is because I made these choices and be forced to see it all the time. That's what I'm saying. At least once a week. And do the same thing with your time if you can. Jermaine was just telling y'all, bro. He just said it in that
Jermaine
song.
Cole, man.
The only thing you're killing is your time. That's it, bro. You're not nice like that. I'm sorry. Respect.
And if you the more you get, I think the better you get at this, the better you get at realizing that for the most part in your day, you're probably just consuming media and consuming things that other people create. You got to become a producer if you want to excel in this field.
Yes,
or
sir.
excel
Stop
in
being
life.
just a consumer. You got to be a producer as well.
Exactly,
Probably.
bro. I think
and
Trippie
then-
Redd said it in one of his songs.
Who said it?
He's Trippie Redd. He's like something like
He was giving some wealth
something
as
you will
health bars.
consume. I don't even remember. Yeah, some wealth is health bars, but Trippie Redd not the best person to follow, so I'm not even gonna say it.
You're saying he don't got bread though?
I'm just saying
He got a
like,
couple coins.
got a couple coins, but he's not the best person to look up to. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that he's a pretty good role model, in my opinion.
With the Satan shoes,
Oh,
I mean-
I thought that was Lil Nas X.
nah, he like bought them and like flexed them. So I mean, I guess he's just supporting the
Oh,
economy.
nah.
So you're right. No, he's supporting the economy.
But
Alright.
oh wait, actually no, because you need to say that before I say what I need to say.
Say what,
I thought you were gonna get to the Trippie Red bar. No.
bro? It's like something about some consumer. It's like you're a
Okay.
consumer today. That's really it.
Yeah,
Right.
but what I was gonna say was, it's the same thing as when you go to file your taxes and you get your W-2 back from your job, and you see, wait, what? Like I made how much this year? And then you look at your bank account and you're like, bro, what happened? Like how is that even possible? You would know what happened if you was looking at your weekly salary and categorize it.
That's facts.
Like that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Exactly what it is. Because that's exactly what
it
you're
even
spending your
breaks it
money on
down
right
monthly as well. If it messes
Yeah, how
up,
much
like
you owe
that's
the
your
state.
opportunity to be like, no, like I can categorize it correctly, like, but it's on you. So, yeah, that's what I had to say about that.
I'm a superstar, you a consumer today. That's what he said. I'm a
Dang,
superstar, and you're a consumer today. That is kind of I'm glad I found that.
Yeah.
Because he really is a superstar, and you're consuming his content, and he's making money off of you.
Well, I'm not consuming his content, though.
I'm not consuming his content either, just his song. Yo, no, all right, we hit the hour mark. I think we're going to have to talk about house hacking in the next episode, and we could probably just go not in the next episode.
This man is steady trying to, like, cut off the gems.
Who, me?
Knowledge, bro. Yeah, like, you don't,
we gotta
really
keep
don't want people to learn.
We got to keep them interested for the next episode. We got to give them a reason to come back. And the reason to come back is if you want to learn about house hacking, like what we were talking about, in depth for probably more than an hour, because we have so much to talk about. And we could talk about your experience, Noah, too, because he's going through it right now.
Nah, I'm about to go off about my experience.
Exactly. You want that free time to let your thoughts flow. I'm providing you a resource to really get your word out and providing tension for the next episode, bro. You really should employ me. I should be employed for this podcast, bro. I need to check.
Wait, you said you want to be an employee, bro.
I said I want a W-2 at the end of the year. I mean, I also own I some shares of this podcast, so
should we start? Should we bring the podcast public? Should we do an IPO?
Yeah, we should. IPO. Yeah, let's IPO.
Comment below and let you know if you would invest in our IPO.
All right, word. Yeah.
No, also, comment below and let us know what your favorite song off of J. Cole's new album was. Also, let us know if you actually gonna do the weekly summary and download Mint.
Facts. And if you do not listen to J. Cole, start listening to J. Cole first of all. But let us know what your favorite finance-related bar is from any artist.
Yeah, because we need to do some.
Unless it's country, because I don't mess with country at all. I'm sorry.
Whoa. You said that's bars. Wrong. They don't have bars.
Bro,
no.
Yeah, they got bars for their horses, bro, and their pigs. They got bars for them. No. That's all we have for tracking and everything. Like, subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube version. I'm very happy to anyone who tuned in. Follow us on IG, of course. If you like the message we're talking about, spread it to your friends. If you want to interact with us, just hit us up. Ask us any questions. We want to answer them. Just DM our regular account. I think it's just the Wealth is Health Podcast on Instagram. Yes, and follow our Facebook, too, even though I think we might have to start switching off of Facebook because I don't even use Facebook myself, so I don't know how we can foster community.
Yeah, I think later on, like, once we actually develop a community, we can do, like, the Facebook thing, but, yeah, for now.
Yeah. But, yeah, we hope you're strong on your missions to financial freedom yourselves. Oh, yeah, TikTok and oh, you already said YouTube. But, yeah, follow us on TikTok. What's the name of the account there? Is just the Wealth is Health Podcast?
Yes, sir.
All right, follow us on our TikTok as well.
Podcast everywhere.
Exactly. We're gonna and listen, if you have a name, we're trying to come up with a name for people that follow the podcast. So if you can figure out a name or something that you like, that you'd like to be called.
What do you want us to call you?
Let us know. Noah didn't like my last idea.
Wait, what was your idea?
I don't even know if I should say it, bro.
Nah, say it, bro. Don't be scared.
I'm gonna just bleep it then.
Bro, just say it. Let them hear it.
You said call him.
No, never mind. Yo, don't say that. Do not say that, bro. That is not the move. We cannot come back.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, bro. Imagine that. But listen,
I thought you were saying a serious one that you had said before, like on a Monday call or something.
Nah, bro. Listen, we gain traction. We get attention. All right, but that's it for this episode, though. We'll catch you on the next week's episode. We'll be talking about something.
House hacking.
House hacking. Okay, guaranteed. We're talking about house hacking. We want to see you there. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next episode.